Hey everybody, welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. You're watching the TheScottSpot channel, and I'm Scott. So without further ado, let's just get this show right on the road, shall we? Last time we ended the reign of terror from these brats, the killer bees. And now we're going to go back to Miss Marie and apologize for them, basically. Or at least report that we saved the day. Anyway, let's go talk to her. What can I ask for you on this fine day? We need to talk. You did it, didn't you? You said something to those delinquents for me, didn't you, dear? I sure did. Told them to suck my dick. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, you can't fool me. I watched it all from the shadow of my door. You really are, dear. You fill me with joy. I have to reward you, so here's a little spare change. Purple Rupee. Not bad for this point of the game. Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell anybody, dear. Yes, ma'am. When it comes to children, my eyes never deceive me. Someday, dear, you will grow up to be a fine young man, and your name will go down in history. That's what I think, dear. Will my name be in the Legend of Zelda? Oh, did I just blow your mind? I think Miss Marie broke the fourth wall there almost. You guys again. Hey, sounds like you apologized to teach for us. Good old Mrs. Marie. And speaking of, Bud, did you know it's going to be Mrs. Marie's birthday soon? Boss! Ooh, boss! You think maybe we should give her some kind of present or something? I wouldn't go that far. Don't be stupid. We're the killer bees. We ain't no teacher's pets. Yeah, but Teach loves jewelry and junk more than anything else in the world. What's she into these days? What'd she call them? Joy pendants? Really? Where do you find them? Are they just lying around? If we could just find some, we could give them to Teach as a present, and she'd be all happy. Hey, now that I think about it, when I was climbing trees the other day, I saw some sparkly light up on top of some tree in town. Where was that?
Maybe that's one of them pendants. What do you think, boss? Nah, that's crazy talk.
I'm sure. Video game hints that something might exist and then tells you it's probably crazy talk. Then you know for sure it exists. Well, it's not. I thought you could see it on top of the tree, but apparently not. But anyway, you need to do a roll attack on this, on that tree over there. But first, Tingle Bottle, of course. Anyway, up to the tree. Get out of the way, please. Gah. What is it with video games and people getting in your way? You got a joy pendant. You can keep it in your spoils bag. These pendants are said to flock to those who spread joy like butterflies to nectar-filled blossoms. Alright, so why is it coming into my hands? I'm gonna make that joke every time, by the way. Yo, bud, looks like you found your joy pendant. Solid work. Actually, I gotta admit, we hid that thing up in the tree. We thought you might find it. Listen up. It's gonna be Mrs. Marie's birthday soon. We were thinking of giving her a present, so it was good that we finally got our hands on that thing. But we can't be going around giving presents to people. No way. That just don't fit the Killer Bee style. Come on, bud. Can't you give it to Teach for us? Can't you? And it's not like we could ask just anybody to do it for us, neither. It's gotta be someone reliable, who can keep it secret. You're the only one we could ask, bud. Even though they're like nice now, they still annoy the hell out of me, and I have no idea why. I think it's their design. They just look annoying. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure what happened there. My graphics card just fucked up. Yeah, it does that sometimes. It'll just like go to a black screen and then I'll have to actually unplug the graphics card to get it to record again. It's really annoying. And I have no idea what causes it. But you'll find out throughout this session that I'm going to run into that a couple more times. So anyway, we got our joy pendant, and here's what was in that Tingle Bottle. I see what you did there. And we have a picture of Link at sea. Oh my god. Really? That pun. Why did more than one person think that was funny? Facepalm. Major facepalm there. Anyway, let's go give Miss Marie our joy pendant, her birthday present. How many times am I gonna roll into a wall? I should like start a counter or something. Hey, I brought you something. What can I do? Yeah. I'm gonna be a legend, I know. Take this joy pendant. My dear, that's... a joy pendant. I think she just had an orgasm. To tell you the truth, I love jewelry above all else. And that, why, that is extremely rare and hard to come by. It's the hottest thing around, dear. Indeed. Oh my, yes. I will happily take a single one from you. No, I insist. Only one. Sounds like you want more than one. I never offered more than one anyway. To tell you the truth, I'd actually like about 20 of them. Hint, hint. But that would probably only happen in my wildest of dreams. You know, I've been a teacher here for a long time. It's tough to put one past me. That being said, I'm pretty sure I know who put you up to this, dear. Oh yeah? Those little sweeties. I'm so joyful. It's the best birthday present I could ask for. Mrs. Marie is pretty shrewd. I suppose I ought to thank you. Close your eyes, dear. You got a red rose. Man, she's loaded. And if you see those boys again, tell them I say hello. Shouldn't you see them in class? Oh, you're the fine young gentleman who gave me a joy pendant present. How could I forget? How many did you give me again? 1? My, but wasn't that nice? Way to, like, diminish what I did for you. So, what can I do for you, young man? Talk to me. Well, what would you like to talk about? Let's talk about the pendants. Although I may be a school teacher, I have a certain flair about me, don't you think? That's one way to put it, I guess. And let me tell you, I love jewelry more than anything else in the world. Gah, conceited much? Hoo-hoo, or materialistic would be a better word. And why not? It's not like I can't afford it. Why, I have so much cash I can even afford my own Oasis Cabana. But I have to be careful when it comes to my jewelry. You see, lately I've been rather taken with collecting joy pendants. Those are very rare trinkets that you can't buy at any store. That's quite amazing. Why, their color, and their shape. I feel as if I was destined to gather them. If you have any, please show them to me. Okay. Gah. How's this school teacher loaded? I guess she teaches for fun. Tell me, dear, do you know about the Joyous Volunteer Association and the work they do? The association's objective is to decorate our little town of Windfall with flowers and other small decorative items to make our town a better, more joyous place. Sounds pretty, flamboyant, if you ask me. If you must know, the society came into being when the shopmaster Zunari arrived here. He heard about my efforts to spread joy, and it moved him deeply. He asked himself, is there nothing a poor, worthless merchant such as myself might do to make this a better place? And then suddenly his eyes were opened. That's when I gave him a little advice. Do something that only you can do. Yes, that's what I told him, dear. It was after that he began to show an interest in volunteer activities. He apparently came from a very cold place, but let me tell you something. Despite his appearance, that Zunari is definitely one hot volunteer. So what does volunteering, how is that something that only Zunari can do? I guess we'll find out later. Let's talk about the kids. You've seen that rascally gang of 4 walking around the plaza out there as if they own the place, haven't you, dear? Apparently they came up with the most suitable of names for their little gang. Or so I've heard. We be tough. We be bad. We be the toughest, baddest boys in town. Yeah, we're the killer bees. It went something like that. Wow, that's pretty terrible. I guess they were looking for something of a fierce name for themselves. They sort of failed spectacularly, if you ask me. I don't know, apparently some giant hornets killed a bunch of people the other day. It must be nice to be young. Yeah, I doubt you would remember that far back. Oh god, I'm mean today. Mean-spirited. Anyway, let's not talk to the kids. We haven't been up here yet. This leads to the upper level of the Hall of Wealth. This is basically the rich mansion on the island. I mean, look at this place. This is fancy. I like how this is basically the only residence you can actually enter on the island. I wonder if a boy like you will do. It's difficult to tell. Yes, difficult. You see, my one and only daughter, Mila, was taken away from me to a frightening place called the Forsaken Fortress. Really? Another one, huh? I have asked many to rescue her, but it seems to be a difficult voyage to that cursed place. Sweet mustache, too, by the way. Oh, to see my sweet Mila again. My precious little daughter. I worry so over her welfare. I can't recall the last time I slept more than a wink. I sincerely wonder about the wisdom of asking a boy like you to do this. I'm 10 years old. Why do people want me to journey to this dangerous-ass place and save their daughters? Would you lend a hand to help rescue my precious daughter? Gah. You are a brave boy to take on this task. I assure you, if you do rescue her, I will pay you as much money as it takes. I give my entire fortune for her safety. Jeez. That's one dedicated dad. That's a pretty view. Okay, I take out the joy pendant several times here, but what I'm actually trying to do is use my camera to look out on the horizon. There we go. I find it odd that you can't see any islands anywhere. I guess they just... This is probably like a view they put in. By the way, it might interest you to know that I've been renting out the first floor of my home as a so-called auction house. Of course, the auctions are held in the evenings after dark. Ho ho ho! Do I sense more than a little interest? Do you wish to join in as well? Yeah, we will be before too long. Not on this trip to the island, though. So, little known secret, you can actually drop from the rail here onto the auction house stage. And there's a treasure chest up here you can open. Nothing spectacular inside, just a red rupee, but it took me a while to find that in my first playthrough of the game. And here we have some sparkly-ass vases. And you know what you do when you just see a really expensive-looking vase? You pick it up and throw it. You little weasel! Oops. Well, thank you so much for coming to my home and breaking my high-priced vases. If you break any more, I assure you that I shall not let it go lightly. No, sir, not at all. I shall require compensation. Sorry. I guess we'll leave then. But anyway, there's also a little mini-game that you can participate in if you return to the... talk to him after you agree to help his daughter. This is another one that a lot of people don't know about. Or at least it's pretty well hidden. I will say, though, that this father seems more concerned about his daughter than the hobo father does. Let's go over there and talk to him. Well, what do you think of the chances for my daughter's rescue? They say the place is called the Forsaken Fortress. Go now! My daughter, Mila, waits for a hero. What is it? You look like you want something. Don't tell me. You need some funds to get you started. Yes, I fucking do. You do want money. Oh, is that a fact? Money, huh? In that case, he looks conflicted. Like he doesn't know if he wants to give me anything. I must first test your resolve. So basically, he just throws 3 red rupees out and they land in random jars. There's no real way. I mean, you could sort of tell which one they land in, but as you can see, I've placed red rupees in 3 of my vases downstairs. So, which vases are they? Yeah, I guess we gotta drop down and try it. I know there was one on the end, but it wasn't that one. So every vase you break, it reduces your profit. Oh shit, I did not mean to destroy 2 vases there. So you got that one, and then I guess this one over here. Oh man. Wait just one moment. Oh man. Do you think you can just break someone's vases and leave without paying for them? I'm a shortle at your naivety. Ho ho! Those happen to be extremely high-class bone china vases that run a minimum of 10 rupees each. Oh no, 10 rupees. Most assuredly, I shall now accept compensation for them. I like how Link bows. He's like legitimately sorry and accepts that he's at fault for this. Let me see now. That comes to a total of 60 rupees. God. I shall accept your payment. That's the exact same amount that I made. When you break someone else's vases, it's only natural that you compensate them for their loss. You, my boy, are in the wrong because of your destructive tomfoolery. And now, because of you, I'm going to be even richer. And I was quite rich before. The world is a cruel place, isn't it? Don't stand around looking like you've been swindled. Be on your way. I guess you could think that you had been swindled if you had broken more vases than it took to make any money. But since that wasn't the case, it's almost like the game didn't program in his response. I don't want to talk to you. Alright, we've dicked around enough. Let's get our freaking boat sail finally.
Really? You have rescued him. That is news I deem rather great. You are one stand-up individual. Indeed you are. Now I apologize as I have but another favor.
Really?
I'm actually considering starting up a little shop here on the island, but I'm having trouble funding my venture. I have but one asset to my name. I wonder if you might buy it from me, perhaps. People on this island have no interest in venturing out into these dangerous seas, so my chance of selling it to them is rather bleak. The bleakest I can describe. I'd really like to ask 200 rupees for it, but as favor for rescuing my friend, perhaps we may strike a deal. How does 80 rupees sound? Yes, thank you very much indeed. I received precisely 80 rupees for it. I can use these funds to finance my new business. Oh dear me, what a happy day.
I can't imagine Zunari and Tingle being friends.
Very well, young master. As I promised, please, take that.
You got it both still. Finally.
Yes, you have made a good purchase today, my young master. And you have saved my life and business as well. Treasure it dearly. It is the finest sale in the world. Treat it as such.
Actually, since this is the remaster and there's a faster sale, it's not the finest sale in the world anymore.
Windfall is a warm and bustling place, I deem. I do believe I shall settle and open my business here. Oh yes, I must say, if you happen to come across a delivery bag that looks handy for carrying products, let me know. The first thing I must do is find products to sell.
But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. Next video, we will finally leave Windfall Island to set out on the Great Sea. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of where it came from, I'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. It really makes my day every time I see a comment or a new subscription or a like. I appreciate everything you guys do. I'm Scott. This has been the Wind Waker HD, and thanks for visiting the TheScottSpot. I'll check you guys out on the next video.